like a microphone. And I know people run away from microphones, but it can open many, many doors. I've driven trams and trains and all sorts. And I was actually called on to go and interview a lady who had just broken a new hang gliding record of altitude.
Right.
So I'm just going to meet her. We're going to look at the hang glider. We're going to talk about what it was, how she did it, how she suspended underneath a balloon, how many thousand feet it was, what it was like, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I
got to the aerodrome to be told she's on her way, but we're just getting your hang glider out.
I beg your pardon?
Which is exactly what I said. May have been a bit shorter than that. But,
yes.
And so then there's 50% of your brain thinking, we've not done the health and safety papers, and now I've got to do them, but ooh, what would they say? And the other half of your brain is saying, when are you going to get asked again?
Yes.
So ultimately, I found myself with microphone in hand in what was tantamount to a golf bag.
Right.
Next to this lady, underneath the wing of a hang glider, being dragged up to 3,500 feet.
Was there you actually interviewing her?
We interviewed at 3,500 feet.
Okay.
Because it's not noisy when you get up there.
Well, that was going to be my next question. It's not noisy.
It's not noisy at all. It is a bit like being in the snowman, walking through the air when you're going through the clouds. But it was one of those things where you just went for it, and the instinctiveness took over, and I could have got into a huge amount of trouble. You're supposed to test these things out, but actually, when I actually played it out on the radio, my questions had gone. It sounded like she gave a running commentary, but I hadn't got any thinking time. And she said you were quite relaxed about it. Well, but when you're looking down and you can see, you toxic to an ash ball coming down underneath you. When you're on a plane, you just look through that little hole.
Yes.
But when there's nothing beneath you,
my
main worry, don't drop the microphone.
Well, that would have been a bit tricky, wouldn't it? I'll just go and get the microphone.
Not from 3,000 feet. You don't want that to disappear, do you? Really?
Don't be underneath it.
So I've got to do that. Just the way that people go. Oh, it's Andy's here. Off you go. Go through that door and sort it out. So.
That's fantastic, Andy. I'm going to play one more song. I'm looking at the clock because I've got loads of questions here and the time's running out. So, quick one here. Fire Brigade. Right, that was Fire Brigade, and I think you know Roy Wood, don't you?
Mr. Wood.
Mr. Wood, yeah. Hang on a minute, I'll just get... Yeah, there we go.
Well, the thing is, so many different people have been on the programme, and Roy lives locally in Derbyshire, and he would normally phone up sort of every October saying, I'm doing my Christmas shows, is there any chance of coming in? Right, at which point you say, well, you're Roy Wood.
Let me think.
Of course you can come in. But I said to him once, I said, look, because you live locally, one of these days, why don't I come to you?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, we'll do that. So last year, he did his normal, I'm going out, I'm doing some touring, any chance? I said, right, okay, I'm going to come to you. And almost going back to the Thunderbirds type thing again, is that there I am in Roy Wood's house. And I remember watching Roy Wood on Top of the Pops in the 70s. But I'm there in Roy Wood's house, and Roy Wood is making me a cup of coffee. Now that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That is just, what am I doing? And you look around his house, and he's got pictures of him and Paul McCartney and all the awards and everything like that. So Roy is, again, it's just one of those things that you think is never going to happen, and it does. And it's
incredible. Right, well, we've got about 2 minutes left here. I think we need to do a Potter Part 2 sometime.
I told you I could bore for England. Yeah. We just carry on. I mean, so many different records as well, but it's... So
have you got any tips for budding radio presenters in hospitals?
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared?
Don't be scared. The thing is, just go for it.
Yeah.
There's nothing too big.
Right.
And when we do things like the Chelsea Flowers show, and the people I met Judi Dench this year.
Yeah.
And again, somebody else that I've grown up watching, and just go up and talk to people. But talk to people normally. Right. Because all it is, what we don't do anymore is have a conversation. People don't talk to each other. They text to each other or whatever. If you can just sit down,
so it's
and
that human element to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it humanises absolutely everything. Because what we're doing, there's somebody who's maybe waiting for their tea at the moment.
Yeah.
I've just heard two blokes chattering away for the past hour. But if it sounds like we just had a chatter, because there's nothing written down here, that's what you want. So just go for it.
Well, thank you very much for that. And very quickly, just to finish off. What about the state of local radio? Are you optimistic about it? Or
well, it's changed over the years. I mean, commercially it's changed, and bigger boys have come in. The BBC, we tried to hold our own. I think there's always going to be a place for local radio, and I mean local radio. And you want people, if I walk down the street in Derby, and I'm not doing this to be egotistical, if I walk down the street in Derby, lots of people say, "Hi Andy, are you all right?"
Yeah.
If you get in that, then you're doing something right. If people think they can come up and talk to you, then you're doing something right. It's all about communication. Just get on with each other.
That's absolutely fantastic. And I'd like to thank you very much for coming along this evening.
I've loved it.
And
even if it has put me out of my comfort zone.
Okay, we're going to finish off hopefully with The Cause. We've been talking a lot about radio, so let's hear their live version.
So I step inside